what really happens. Remember that last question? What happens on a multiply by a power of 10? It's kind of confusing, isn't it? So let's start out with a really easy number. If you'll put your name on your paper and then put your pencil down and look this way, we're going to see if we can discover something about numbers. Kind of like we do number talks, we don't always answer all the questions, do we? We kind of leave you sometimes thinking. Because math, there's not just one way to answer the question. There's more than one way to answer the question. But we're going to think about these two place value places for right now. We're going to think about what happens. If I start with the number 26, you say, oh, Miss Hensley, that's too easy. They do that down there in first grade. You're right. They do 26 in first grade, don't they? You learn about 26. It's 2 10s and 6 1s. But you know what they don't learn about? Look at the first problem on your paper. It says 26 times 10. Would you put your finger on that number? 26 times 10. Put your finger on it. Put your finger on it. 26 times 10. Just a minute.
All right.
We're going to see, using these place value pieces, what happens when I take 26 and I multiply it by 10. Let's talk first of all about this. This is a 10. If I multiply it by 10, what do I get? What is 10 times 10? How many of you agree? Give me a thumbs up. What is 10 times 10? You agree? 100. So if I take just this one stick, because it's part of 26, isn't it? And I multiply it by 10, it has to become a what?
But if she got 101.
What does it have to become? What is 10 times 10?
Right?
So I got to take this one and multiply it by 100, and by 10, and I get 100.
No, I just said if she got 101.
What do I have to do to this one?
You got, go ahead.
If I multiply this one by 10, what do I get? Oh, if I multiply this by 10, what do I get? Do you agree or disagree? Agree? Disagree. If I multiply this by 10, what am I going to get? 10 times 10 is what? Is it Ronaldo? What is, I'm sorry.
Yes, it is.
Okay, what is it? What's 10 times 10? 100. Okay. So I've taken my two 10s, and I multiply two 10s by 100 by 10, and I get what? How many hundreds? Oh, so all I really did was took the 2 and right here. Where am I moving? When I take the 2 10s and I multiply it by 10, it becomes 2 what? Hundreds. Oh, that's easy, isn't it? I need to do the same thing with those 6 1s, though, don't I? Let's do the same thing with the 6 1s. Let's take them one at a time. If I take this one off, that's 1. I'm going to multiply it by 10. If I multiply it by 10, what does it become? See, Beth, what is 1 times 10? What is 1 times 10? I'll multiply it by 10. It's 10. Oh, you know what? You're so smart. I bet you can answer this question. What if I don't just take this one and multiply it by 10? I know if I multiply it by 10, I'm going to put one of these up here. But there's not just one. How many ones are there? So if I take all of them and multiply them by 10, what do I get? 6 1s. This one's going to become a 10. 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 And this one's going to become a 10. Wait, how many would I have then? 60. If you agree with her, thumbs up. If you disagree, thumbs down. Do you agree, babe, or disagree? 60. Well, let's see. Let's just make sure, because we're not sure. I'm going to take this one down, multiply it by 10, it becomes, not 1, 10. Take this one down, multiply it by 10, it becomes another 10, which makes 20. Another 10. Take this one down, it becomes another 10. Take this one down, it becomes another 10. Take this one down, it becomes another 10. So when I multiply the ones column by 10, Where does that 6 move? It's no longer in the ones place. Where does it move to, friend?
One per line.
It does move to the 10th
One per
place.
line, you guys.
I got a question. I want you to talk to the person that's sitting at your little table. What goes here? Talk to the people at your table. What goes here? When you all have the same answer, give me a thumbs up. What goes there, friend? 0, because how many ones do I have?
None.
So I've taken the number 26 and I've multiplied it by 10 and I got 260. That was so simple. What did I really do? I moved every place over 1 place because I was multiplying by 10. Can you go on your paper and under each one of these problems, 26 times 10, can you put the answer under it? 43 times 10, put the answer under it. 54 times 10, put the answer under it. Let's see if you get the pattern. Can you put the answers up under those numbers?